A pleasant evening to you and welcome to Primetime News with me, Michael Madimba. In tonight's bulletin, we begin with COVID-19 related matters. President Dr. Hage Geingob earlier today adjusted the number of persons per public gathering from 100 to 150. He made this announcement during the 34th COVID-19 public briefing on the national response measures in the capital today.
As defined in the regulations have been adjusted to 150 persons per event. The number of spectators at sporting events is permitted up to 150 spectators per event. 2, curfew. Curfew will be extended to begin from 23, that's 11 p.m. to 4 a.m. daily, so that people who are taking the last one must prepare, now they got extra hour, and by 10:30 around, nobody must be served so that they can get ready to hit the road. No one for the road. Last one is finished 10:30. Finish. 3, restrictions related to liquor were relaxed midway during the current dispensation to facilitate increased business activity. The measures related to the sale of liquor remain as per amendment of 6 September 2021.
Still on COVID-19 matters. Health and Social Services Minister Dr. Kalumbi Shangula has condemned assertions that people are dying from the coronavirus vaccines.
The number of people being vaccinated with the first dose in Namibia are less than those of persons who are coming for the second dose. It is important to note that persons who have received the first dose have built up immunity against COVID-19 and are therefore afforded a level of protection. Those who are not vaccinated are the most at risk of severe illness and death. We are seeing this in our daily statistics, as the great majority of persons who are currently hospitalized are those that have not been vaccinated. Similarly, the COVID-19 deaths recorded in the country in the past 3 weeks are almost exclusively of persons who have not been vaccinated. Let us do what is right and get vaccinated.
Ombudsman John Walters has recommended that childcare facilities across the country initiate income-generating projects to fund their operations and reduce their dependency on donor funds, hence ensuring sustainability.
He made the recommendation in 2020 annual report of the Office of the Ombudsman, tabled in the National Assembly recently. In his report, Walters said his office visited several facilities across the country in 2020 and found that COVID-19 pandemic has a negative impact on the daily operations of many facilities, as it has clearly shown the risk and threats that the dependency on donor funding has on the sustainability of facilities. Walters is quoted saying, "Some facilities lost their donor funding, while others were facing the possibility of losing their funding with donors, who indicated that they will have no other option but to withdraw their funding if the pandemic and subsequently restrictions do not subside." He added that other facilities did not have enough food to feed all the children and primarily depend on the manager's personal income and allowance to fund their operations. Once-off donations from individuals also sustained them during the lockdown periods. Another concern raised upon their visit was the grant of 473 Namibian dollars given to the Ministry of Gender per child placed in child care facilities, which is said to have remained static for the past 20 years despite changes in the economy. Eska Kamanya, Nampa News.
Moving on to the south. Keetmanshoop Municipality Economic Development Senior Manager Jörg Christian says the municipality has the potential to attract investors to the southern town if it executes its mandate as expected.
Christian, who was speaking during the 10th public-private dialogue in Keetmanshoop on Monday, said if the municipality supplies water, reliable electricity, land, and do well with waste management, attracting investors will not be an issue. He added, "We need to perform these 4 things. All other things are secondary. We will not fail. Let us do what is in our power and in our scope. If we do it well, we will set ourselves at a competitive advantage compared to other towns." The chairperson of the Keetmanshoop Town Council's Management Committee, Mr. Isaac, in his contribution said the Public-Private Partnership Act has various bottlenecks that need to be addressed in order to ensure that local authorities deliver the necessary services to its residents. Such bottlenecks, he said, include local authorities not being able to go into private partnerships for the servicing of land. Responding to this, the Chief Development Planner in the Ministry of Urban and Rural Development, Elton Wisop, said the local authorities can approach the Association of Local Authorities in Namibia if they feel changes should be made to the PPP Act, and the association can take it up with the ministry.
Stand by for your top roundup. In the business and economic segment tonight, we begin with agriculture news. More than 175 farmers in the Omaheke and the Otjozondjupa regions benefited through their participation in Agribank's practical sessions and lectures from 6 September to 10 September 2021, with most of the participants being women.
Agri-Advisory Service Division Technical Officer Erastus Ngaruka said as farmers prepare for the upcoming rainy season, Agribank conducted lectures and practical training sessions in the 2 regions targeted at farmers of all kinds. Ngaruka told Nampa on Monday the training was conducted in Talismanes, Helena, Lister and ASAP 10 in the Omaheke region and Gam, Omataka and Tumkwe in the Otjozondjupa region. Agribank's technical advisor for crops and poultry, Hank Sai, in a statement issued on Monday, stated that the lectures and technical training sessions have been targeting remote areas in order for them to have access to critical information such as livestock nutritional needs, animal health, farm management planning and record keeping, chicken production, vegetable production, and dryland crop production preparation. He further mentioned that these events were held to prepare farmers to be ready for the upcoming rainy season and informed on how to improve productivity and contribute towards sustainable food security and wealth creation among the communities throughout the country.
Moving on to neighboring South Africa. President Cyril Ramaphosa said Monday the country has benefited from being a member of the BRICS bloc over the last 10 years. Xinhua gives us more.
The South African head of state in his weekly newsletter said they have reaped the benefits of membership of this important bloc, most notably in the area of economic cooperation. He said joining the bloc of emerging economies enhanced South Africa's position as an important emerging economy in the world, adding that it has given the country access to policy and technical expertise of larger and established economies, as well as access to the support of the new development bank. Ramaphosa stressed of growing economic ties, especially between South Africa, China and India. He further highlighted the direct investment in sectors such as mining, automotive, transportation, clean energy and financial services. Ramaphosa said the establishment of the new development bank, which has a regional office in Johannesburg, has been crucial in financing and technically supporting projects in transportation, clean energy, environmental protection, water infrastructure, and greenhouse gas emission reduction. The president made these remarks after the conclusion of the 13th BRICS summit held last week.
Join us after the break. It's time for the weather forecast, followed by the sports update with my colleague Joey Gosses.
Good evening and welcome to All Things Sport on Sport Planet. I'm Joy Gosses. We commence with local football news. Acting Brave Gladiators coach Woody Jacobs says preparations for the COSAFA tournament, scheduled for Port Elizabeth, South Africa later this month, are progressing smoothly.
Speaking to Nampa on the sidelines of the team's training at the NFA Technical Center on Sunday, Jacobs said he was impressed with the way the team was shaping up ahead of the game scheduled for 28 September to 9 October 2021. Jacobs said the fitness levels are not 100% and it is still a work in progress. The good thing is there was a 2-week informal training camp and we are also building up on Tura Magic's participation at the COSAFA Women's Champions League tournament recently. He acknowledged that the players have not played enough competitive matches recently, saying they are planning on going to South Africa early so as to try and play friendly matches against the Nelson Mandela University Ladies team or other women's local teams. He further explained, in terms of international base players Zenatha Coleman and Vewethiwa Kochipati, it will be difficult for us to get them for COSAFA because it's not a FIFA sanctioned tournament, but we will try and get them for the AWCON qualifiers because it is a sanctioned tournament. Jacobs say they plan on traveling either on 19 or 25 September, depending on the organization of logistics. The squad of 35 is currently training at Football House and will be trimmed to 25 just before the team leaves for South Africa, where they'll be camped for over a month as they prepare and play in the two competitions. Namibia is in Group C with Zambia, Eswatini, and guest nation Uganda for the COSAFA tournament.
Pep Guardiola says Manchester City will use the pain of their Champions League final loss to Chelsea last season as motivation to end the long wait to be crowned European champions. The Premier League winners start their 11th consecutive Champions League campaign against RB Leipzig on Wednesday, 4 months after losing 1-0 to the Blues in Porto. City face a tough task, with big spending Paris Saint-Germain also in Group A, but Guardiola is hoping his players rise to the challenge in Europe after proving themselves with 3 Premier League titles in the past 4 years. Your sports roundup is up next. With that, we have come to the end of tonight's bulletin. Much appreciated for tuning in. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe, like, share, and click on the notifications bell to stay abreast with the latest happenings locally and globally. Do add your comments as well in the comments section. From myself, Joy Gosses, and the entire production crew, it's good night.